Tekan sayang. Okay, boleh live. Kita live.
Boleh live?
Live.
Okay.
Boleh. Live.
Start.
Dah boleh live? Boleh live eh? Dah live.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to day 1 of Ta'aruf Week, Semester 1, 2021-2022. I am Abdul Afif, your MC for this session. As we are about to begin, I have a few important announcements to make. Firstly, please ensure that your internet connection is stable for the smooth running of the session. Second, kindly fill in the attendance form provided by the committees. Third, if you have any questions for the speaker, please write them in the chat box provided on the platform. Fourth, you are also reminded to fill in the IIUM Health Declaration form provided in your Telegram group and chat box by the end of Ta'aruf Week. Each student is compulsory to complete it. Last but not least, at the end of the session, please fill in the survey form prepared by the committees. Thank you for your cooperation and attention. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Let's start our session with Furqan Al-Fatiha. Amin, Amin, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are indeed honored to have Sister Noorzamzarina Muhammad Noor, Senior Assistant Director of Residential and Services Unit, for a briefing session with Residential and Services Unit of Ta'aruf Week Semester 1, 2021-2022, as her presence really means a lot to us. Thank you, Sister Noorzamzarina, for your time and support in attending this program. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, now it gives me a great pleasure to respectfully invite Sister Noorzamzarina Muhammad Noor, Senior Assistant Director of Residential and Services Unit, to deliver her speech. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So welcome to all new intake students this session 2021-2022. So without further ado, I would like to give some briefing on this residential college. So for those who are staying inside, these are the important things that you need to know while staying in the hostel. So let me just brief on the function of the department. So Residential Services Department, we give these services to all students or all community of IUM. We have student residential or the college, the Mahala, we call it inside IUM. We have food court and cafeteria, which every single Mahala have its own cafeteria. And then we have auxiliary services. IIM homestay. This is outside our campus, which is about 10 minutes away from campus. Mostly our lecturers staying here and some of our married students. Then we have auditorium hall, and we have a few halls actually. Under RSD, we have 3 for students or outsiders for events. And then we have IIUM apartment. This is also outside campus. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is oversee of the function of the RSD. We oversee on-campus accommodation for undergraduate and postgraduate students, but we know that we not provided 100% accommodation on campus. These days, we only provide about 80% for on-campus accommodation. And then the policy, like I said, is not guaranteed for 100% accommodation on campus. Next slide. Type of accommodation, we have 4 types, basically for the student. We have a quad sharing room, twin sharing room, single room, and also twin sharing, quad sharing, single room, and also for single executive. Okay, our single executive, we only have this one at Mahala Rukaya. And the price is also different because it has attached toilet, air conditioner, and also water heater. The next slide. Okay, this is the letter of undertaking. All new students, when you registered on the first day at the Mahala, they will give you this LOU. So all students must read and understand these contents because you have to sign it. If you breach any of the contents, so most probably you will be expelled from the Mahala, which you will be staying outside for at least 1 year if you have breached the rules here. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is the books for students to read also. The student Mahala, the rules for not only Mahala, but the campus, the student disciplinary rules. So this one, you can check the contents and everything. It can be viewed in this link provided. If you want to search in the website, it is under the Office of Legal Advisor. You can find this book over there. So you need to read the book. You need to seek for information. Don't wait until people to feed you. If you don't read this, if you don't read this book, then later on when it comes to by experience, then you get compound, then you will come and see like this. You will say that, okay, I'm new student, I do not know. So this kind of excuses actually is not okay actually. So you have to seek for information. We give you the link, we give you the channel, so you have to search and seek for the information and read the book. So you can stay in the hostel or in the Mahala peacefully just by following all the rules and regulations. Next slide. Okay, this is basically the list of the compoundable offense, the do's and don'ts, what you can do, what you cannot do at Mahala. Okay, let me just stress for a few things, which is common things that student likes to do. You know, smoking in campus is totally prohibited because the building inside the campus, the hostel that you are staying, actually not covered for insurance, under insurance for fire due to cooking activities. And then we arrange furniture, cooking, having illegal electrical appliances, and these are all the compound that commonly students might get all along the way. And the most popular one is the registration, late registration and fail to register. So please try to avoid for this. Make sure that every semester you need to check in and check out if you are staying in the hostel. Most important thing is to let know the principal and also the hostel manager or the Mahala office to know where you are about. Whenever you leave the campus, you want to go home, you want to go for outing and not coming back for a few days or a few weeks, you need to tell the people inside. So in case of anything emergency, anything happen, that we know where to reach you, where to find you. Because sometimes the parents also do not know where the children are going or whereabouts. So they might need to ask the people inside, the principal, the fellow, and also the Mahala office people. Next slide. Okay, this is what I'm talking about just now, the check-in and check-out process. The check-in and check-out process is compulsory. You fail to do this, you will get compounded for 50 ringgit for each single activity. Fail to check in, 50 ringgit. Fail to check out, 50 ringgit, because this is important. Okay, and then if you fail to notify the Mahala office via this process, you might end up being charged for the hostel fee for the whole semester and also for the living during vacation. So it is very important for you to do this process every time you go out, every time you comes in. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is the Mahala online room registration. We will do this MORR during the normal time, where we don't face this pandemic. But during this pandemic, this activity, we don't do it. Okay, this one is for the student to pre-reg the room. Every end of the semester, you will have to pre-reg your room. You can choose your friend, you can choose the room that you want to stay. But when we ask you to choose once a year, you need to change the room. Once a year, all students need to be reshuffled. Okay, next slide. Okay, room rental furniture. Just to acknowledge that to all students, all the furniture inside the room is under the furniture rental. We list all the furnitures, so we pay to the supplier on daily basis. So if the furniture wear and tear, broken, damaged, so you need to notify the Mahala office. But if the Mahala office found that all the damage or the broken or whatnot is caused by the vandalism by the student itself, then the cost for replacement or for maintenance will be borne by the student. Okay, we have 9 items in studio room. Basically, these all are the items provided inside a standard student room. Next slide. Okay, channel of complaint. These are channels of complaints provided. For maintenance, if you feel lazy and you doesn't like to see all the faces at the Mahala office, you can just do the maintenance complaint online. Just go to this link and then take the photo of what you want to complain about, put it in the link. Then the Mahala office will take at least 3 days to give response back to you. But to resolve the issue, it might take longer. But this is the channel for the maintenance, the first one. The second one is the Mahala general complaint. So for the Mahala general complaint, actually you can just go to this link also, or you can just take the form available at the Mahala office and fill up, submit. So within 3 working days, the complaint should be responded by the Mahala office. The third one, we have Easy Aduan. Easy Aduan complaint is related to the cafeteria and also auxiliary services. Whenever you found that the price is too high, or the cooking is too oily, or you doesn't like the variant of food, so you want to make a complaint, or the portion is so small with the price that you are paying, you can always channel the complaint through this link, or while eating, sometimes you found dirt, you found something is not supposed to be in the meal. You need to take the photo, and then the complaint should come together with the evidence. So then it will take also 3 working days to respond to this complaint. But all complaints can go through all these channels. Okay, next slide. Okay, these are the facilities. The cafeteria, like the one I told you earlier, the Wi-Fi provided, there's not supposed to be any problem for the Wi-Fi coverage. We have water dispenser. The water dispenser not allocated at every block, but some of the blocks. So student might need to go to the neighbor block to get the water from there. Or otherwise, you can just buy at the machine. Sukida, Dr. Sukida will also provide it at the corridor. And then the recreation area. So you can just go around to see all the facilities we provide. Actually, at the other side, I couldn't see the view. Let me just see from my... One moment, just give me a second. Okay. 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 Number 2 is the 24-hour self-laundry. Okay, for some Mahala, there are laundry services at the block and some other Mahala at designated room. And we also have provided the self-laundry machines centralized in Mahala Farooq, and the other Mahala, if I'm not mistaken, is Mahala Asma. Okay, and then number 4 is kiosk. Every Mahala also have its own kiosk. So whenever you need to buy any groceries or your routine daily things, you can just go to the kiosk. You don't have to travel outside. Actually, we provide everything in campus. And then we have parking area. Okay, for parking area, I want to stress here that actually only 4-year student and LOC student are allowed to have own vehicle inside the campus for the car. For motorcycle, it is okay. For everyone would like to request the permission. Okay. So we go to the next slide. Okay, living during vacation. Living during vacation is during the vacation period, meaning that every one academic year we have 3 vacations between semester 1 and semester 2, semester 2 and semester 3, and semester 3 to semester 1. The long vacation is between the semester 2 and semester 1. For those who did not take the short semester, okay. The first one is saying that LIDB is chargeable on a resident basis and subject to room relocation, meaning for international students, the living during vacation is inclusive in the semester fee for 1 semester fee. But for local students, if they wish not to be charged for the LIDB, then they need to check out from the room, go home, vacate the room. So that is what is meant by chargeable on a resident basis and subject to room relocation, meaning that if you plan to stay during the vacation, because during vacation, we do not open all the blocks. So each Mahala basically have 7 to 8 blocks. So during the vacations, not many students inside the campus. Basically about around 200 to 300 students will remain on campus per Mahala. So normally each Mahala will just offer 2 to 3 blocks maximum. So all students must be relocated to the offered block during this vacation period. So those who have shuffled to this block, they will remain in this block until the new semester begins. So the second one is LIDB is included in package of accommodation for international students who did not check out at the check-in for LIDB. The 3-1 LIDB is optional for local students. I also already emphasized on this. And then room lovely belongings. Okay, for international students, it is okay for them just to leave their items during vacation inside the room because there is no issue on charging because it's already charged inside their accommodation fee for 1 semester. But for local students, if you leave your things, then you will be charged. Because for local students, 1 semester only be counted for 4 months. But for international students, it is for 5 months, including the vacation. Knowing that their home is very far, so most of them will just stay inside and not going home during the vacation. Because the vacation normally 2 weeks to 1 month maximum. Okay, a room rental is applicable for students whose status stay on campus during vacation. Room rental is applicable to those with inactive status, meaning that during the vacation, if your status is you are not taking any subject, you don't register any subject during the short semester, or you're staying in the campus because your own personal reason, you are doing part-time job, you don't want to go home because the time is very short, you prefer or you feel comfortable to stay inside the campus, so you wish to stay inside. So when it is not due to academic or you're not required to stay inside, but you wish to stay inside, then you need to go under rental. Especially when your status is not active. Maybe your status is dismissed or study leave, not matriculated, many more. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay. All right. Room rental is applicable. Okay, number 6. LIDV due to university program. Okay, this is depends. LIDV to the university program, there are 2 types. One type is if you are contributing to the university, then you can stay on free basis. But if you're joining the activity on your volunteerism, and then it is benefit to yourself only, then you will have to pay for it. Okay, next slide. Okay, leave off campus, LOC. These days, we encourage those who are staying just around the campus with good facilities and also merit students to stay outside the campus at their own convenience. So this one, you don't need to apply, but you can just register. You can just register yourself with RSD, or if let's say you register at Mahala at the beginning of the semester, then after that you decide to leave the campus. So you just need to notify the Mahala office and register yourself, saying that you want to stay off campus. You can also mention in the registration form whether you want to stay for 1 semester outside or you want to stay throughout the study period. You don't want to enter the campus anymore. Okay, next slide. Okay, these are the list of the Mahala. Basically, we have 6 male Mahala and we have 10 female Mahala. And we have 1 mixed Mahala, basically. But actually, we have Mahala Ruqayyah and Mahala Salahuddin, which is co-ed Mahala. Male and female are there. Mahala Salahuddin is meant for the uniform bodies. Those who are in the uniform bodies, they are all be staying in Mahala Salahuddin. Mahala Ruqayyah is the executive Mahala. So who wish to have a single executive room with AC and also hot shower, they can stay there. So that is why it has both for male and female. Only one Mahala provided this kind of facilities. Okay, actually this kind of information, the contact number and everything, you can just browse through in RSD website. Okay, it is very important as student to know this contact number, especially the WhatsApp contact number. So sometimes if you want to leave the campus after the working hours, you can just drop the Mahala room key in the key drop box outside the Mahala office, and you can just WhatsApp the number to inform the Mahala office that you already checked out and drop the key. So you will assist the Mahala office a lot by doing that. And also you are helping yourself. Okay, next slide. Mahala contact number for female. Okay, this is the female Mahala. Next slide. This is the co-ed Mahala, Salahuddin and also Ruqayyah. Next slide. Okay, this is the campaign that we are doing on campus, an ongoing campaign. It's a zero single-use plastic. Okay, we are not encourage students to buy mineral bottle in a plastic bottle. But if you want to have a mineral water, you should bring your own Tupperware or tipware. It is up to you, as long as it is not a plastic bottle. Okay, next slide. Clean as you go. Okay, this is the culture that we want to, to educate to all students. So whenever you go and eat at the cafeteria or the Mahala cafeteria, the central cafeteria, you need to take all your plates, all your waste, throw it in the dustbin and put it in the right place, and not just to leave it there. So you don't expect that the cleaner will do all these things to you. So we are making things easier to others so that God will make things easier for us. So this culture needs to be inculcated to all of us. The next slide. Okay, thank you. We have come to the end of the presentation or the briefing. This is the general line for my office. So just to remind all, if you want to live in Mahala peacefully, just follow the Mahala rules and regulations. If you have any problem, first thing, just go to the Mahala office, seek assistance from them. If you have any issue pertaining to the welfare, student activities or disciplinary issues, you can go and see the Mahala principals and fellows. Okay, any other things, you can just reach out the Mahala office during the office hours. After the office hours, you can always just WhatsApp them through the WhatsApp number provided by Mahala. Okay, I think that's all about it. Thank you. And if we still have time, we can go for Q&A. I just return back to the MC. Thank you very much, Brother Afif.
Okay. Okay. Thank you to Sister Noorzamzarina Noor for a very informative speech. I hope everyone will notify this and take note. Next, I open the floor for any questions to be asked to the speaker. The attendees, if you have any questions, please write them in the chat box. But before that, I have few questions to ask to Sister Noorzamzarina. Number one, this is from staff. Can I choose to stay at home with valid reason? Number two, do I need to check in and check out? Number three, can we choose who will be our roommate?
Okay, I think I go for this three first because nanti you read banyak-banyak, I tend to forget the questions. So the first one, like I said in my briefing, there is no restriction for students to stay on campus. That is why we only provide 80% on-campus accommodation. So students are free to stay outside. You just need to let us know that you choose to stay outside. You just need to register yourself with RSD or any other Mahala on campus, your preference, so that you can be the affiliate members of this Mahala. So for the check-in and check-out, if you are staying inside the campus, you're staying in the Mahala, it is compulsory for you to check in and check out, so that we know where you are about, where we can stop your charging, where we can just proceed your charging, because the system is connecting to the financial system. Whenever your name is still inside the system, meaning that the charging is running. So it is very important for you to check in and check out, especially at the beginning and at the end of the semester. During the active semester, if you want to go out and coming in for a few days or a few weeks, you don't have to do the check-in and check-out. You just need to notify the Mahala principal or the Mahala office via WhatsApp that you are not around. Okay, and the third one, what is it, Brother Afif?
Third one, can we choose who will be our roommate?
Okay, that one is subject to the room availability. If let's say we open 3 blocks during the short semester, if the whole block is empty and then you come with your friends at one time and the room is available, then you can get the room that you wanted and also the roommate that you want. So you can choose because during the normal time, if we open the Mahala online room registration, all students are given privilege to choose room and also to choose roommate, but they have to come at once, first come first serve basis. Okay, but during this time where we don't use the Mahala online room registration, we are going to do it manually. Also, first come first serve basis, but you need to be on campus at once, all of you, because we don't want that this one girl came and then said, I want to stay with my friends, but the other 3 friends still not here. But later on, we found that the other 3 friends, only 2 turn up. The other one did not turn up. So we need to chip in someone inside. We don't want to have one empty compartment throughout the semester. Okay. Any other questions? I think.
Okay, now I got 3 more questions. But I will read the questions, then you answer, then we'll proceed to the next. Shall
Okay.
we?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
The first one, this question wrote in Malay, yang dah bayar hostel, tapi saya duduk luar.
Okay. Okay. All the hostel fee for the first time. You pay the hostel fee once you register. Once during the enrollment day. For international students. For local student, not yet actually. Once you check in, then only we run the charging. But for the international, you will have to pay all. Okay. But if you do not check into the system, meaning that you're not registered physically in the Mahala, so the payment will not be deducted from your account. The payment will remain, akan kekal dalam account you, then and will be used for other things. Mungkin the coming semester, the balance is still there, so the money will be used to deduct for your tuition fee, for your recurrent fee, and any other fees. Okay. If you don't stay inside, then the payment will not be deducted for the hostel. The payment is there. You're not going anywhere. Okay. Second.
Okay. Second questions. First year boleh ke apply leave off campus?
Boleh. With the actually there is it is not an application. It is a registration. If you think you can commit to your study, you can give commitment while staying outside with your parents, then or you choose to stay with your friends. You just need to register yourself. Fill up the registration form. The registration form, you can get it from RSD website. You can get it in the admission booklet. And then submit to RSD or any Mahala office.
Okay. Last questions, I think. Once we check in the Mahala, the fee will be available at our finance report.
Okay, once you check in, normally the finance will run the charging after midterm break, after mid-semester break. Normally they will come up with an announcement to students saying that if you have not paid for tuition fees, you have pending here and there, they will give you 1 month after the registration period for you to settle all the fees. Then only they will run all the charging. Or otherwise, later on, you will end up having a problem to do the cost pre-registration and so on. And you cannot view your result also if you have outstanding payment.
Okay, I think that's all for Q&A session. Now, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of our session. I would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to Sister Noorzamzarina Muhammad Noor for her willingness to attend this event. We really appreciate your presence today. We would like to apologize for any shortcomings. To all students, I would like to invite you to surf the Pavilion website for the virtual booth exhibition. I would like also to remind you to fill in the survey form provided by the committees in the chat box. We will now end our session with Tasbih Kafarah and Suratul Asr. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.